All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And through the Spirit, we we just flowing in the Spirit, and while we're here and while we're able, why not commit it to video, right? As the scriptures say, as the Apostle Peter said, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. The Apostle Paul also mentioned not being slothful in business, fervent in spirit.
That we all show the same diligence.
That we all do show the same diligence. That's right. So always being, the scriptures also talk about being apt to teach.
Instant in season,
out of season. So, and ultimately when, this truth or this knowledge that we're a part of, the reason the Lord has given it to us is so that we can continuously bring it out.
That's it.
That's the parable the Lord gave of the servants that were given talents to go and trade and to bring more talents.
Right.
But you had one that was given, I believe, 5 talents and brought 10. One was given 2 and brought 4, and the last one was given 1, and he didn't bring anything at all. He brought the same one back. And he hid it in a napkin. And I remember years ago, I believe it was Apostle Gabar that had mentioned it, called him a napkin nigga. And that stuck with me, right? A napkin nigga. So in this truth, that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be a napkin nigga in the truth. And the napkin nigga is one that has been given the talents. The talents represent this knowledge, all right? And your ability to teach, okay? The spirit, the portion that you've been given. See, some brothers are able to do videos daily. Some may do 2 videos daily. Some might do 3 videos in one day.
Right.
And some might do a video every other day. But we all have different portions of the spirit the Lord has given us. Okay, but with whatever portion you've been given, you have to use that to the best of your ability to make sure that you're still being diligent. And we say this time and time again that what diligence looks like for one brother is different from another. All right. Clearly, everybody's not judged on the same scale in that extent, because if that was the case, then the individual who was given only 2, when he brought 4, the Lord should have said, no, you should have brought 10. Right? But then again, the individual who was given 5 and brought 10, if he had said, I ain't gonna bring nothing at all, because the 5 I was given is greater than this individual's 4.
Right.
Comparing himself, the Lord would have still got on his ass.
Because especially in these times that we're in, being that we're inching, we're so close to the end, man. It's not even funny. That's why it tells you in Romans 13:11 that our salvation is nearer than what we believed. Right. And me knowing that that all these things is coming to pass, and how close we are to the end. All right, to the kingdom, you want to finish strong. Any brother who is not pushing the most, right? The year is what the year where Yahweh Shem Yahushai turns up. So you got to pray for a double portion of your spirit in order for you to turn up, because we got to wrap this thing up. This game is over.
Right.
We're seeing our enemies, scrambling, and when you go to war, even in the art of war, when you have your enemy down, you don't take your foot off the gas. You don't take your foot off his throat. You finish the job.
Right.
And that's what the Lord has put His Spirit on now. You can see what's happening around the world. You got a lot of jig waking up. So every little thing that we've always known, hey, you might feel like you're doing a repetitive video, but you never know who's watching.
Right.
So never feel like, I did this already, I'm not gonna go into the same topic again. Nah, brother, go into the same topic again, because you never know who you're gonna wake up with that same topic. And remember, you're not doing the same video, because the Spirit might deal with you different, talking about the same thing.
Right.
So it's okay to go into the same topic over and over again, all right, in order for the sheep to understand it.
Right, the basics.
The basics.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that your strengths are, you magnify that. You go all in. If you are the foot, right? Make sure that your foot is as strong enough where it can kick hard. if you're the arm, make sure your arms are strong enough where you could punch hard. But make sure that everything that you do, you're basically sharpening up your weapons now.
That's right.
And that's where we coming into the times where you're gonna have to have that spirit where you can call upon the Lord. All right, have that what we call the spiritual bank account.
Right.
You could always jump into it, and you know that you're gonna be
Some
secure.
withdrawals, yeah.
That's right.
We're gonna need that. And there was a video that I shared it. Dabu7 had posted, I believe, yesterday, and you were telling me about it, about the world government,
Right.
And then he was mentioning, yeah, you got a lot of people don't know that they're the world government.
Right.
So that when they talk about the one world this, one world that, this isn't something that they're getting ready to do. This is something they're already doing.
Right.
It just, as we're seeing it now, they're doing it.
It's just being talked about now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and Dabu even mentioned, he said, look, these you people are not going to see it until the officials come out and tell you, oh, the new currency, the new way is going to be the CBDC, the water.
Yep.
You know, so that's going to be when these people will see, oh wow, there's something new going on. Oh wow, there's a world government. Yeah, there's been one.
Yep.
You know, but you weren't paying attention.
Yep.
You see, so that's the thing, and that's why the scriptures say that it's gonna come suddenly, like a thief in the night, because the you know, the distractions that they have out here have Jake so messed up. Now you should, with the history of the way Esau moves, you should think, okay, hold on. Whenever anything big or major comes out that has all eyes on it, we know that these devils, there's always some truth behind it all, you know. So one thing you don't want to do is follow the masses, because the masses, we're the same ones who acknowledge how slow of mind the masses of Americans are, and these elites play on that. So when they do something, they know this is going to get the majority of the masses focused there, because they're not wise enough to step back and look at the full picture. You know, so you don't want to get caught up in that as well. And so as they're saying now, in the video, there was one of the women, one of the ladies over there. I guess she's also in some high position on there, which is going off anyway. But she said that we're at the point where there's gonna be like a complete shift in the monetary system and the money system. And she said, matter of fact, it's not like we're about to; we're already seeing it. She said China they were like the first to bring out their CBDC, and now everywhere you're hearing about CBDCs
or digital currencies.
Exactly, that's what she said, digital currencies. So now, what is that leading to? As we've been telling you, what is the main prophecy that deals with currency? The MOTB. Literally, it says in Revelation 13 and 17 that no man might buy or sell save he that had it. So what do you buy and sell with? You know, and she's saying that it's all going digital, and we know that this thing is going to go digital. Now, the whole process, the concept, the structure of the MOTB is more than just this piece of thing. That's just the hardware. That's just like a physical part of it, like a prop
for your identity and
to hold it all. Yeah.
Your what's that? The thing that gains you the access.
The key
to engage in buying and selling. Exactly.
Yep. Because I'll give you an example. This system we have, where you have like debit cards and credit cards and so on and so forth. The main bulk of it is the actual system.
Right.
The card is just a card. If it breaks, you get a new one. You know, if it's not working right, you order a new one. The card is just a way for you to deal in this system. If you want to go to the store and you want to buy using credit, you got to have a credit card. So in that time, which we are in now, as they set it up, the actual physical tag that they're going to put inside you is just going to be a part of it. You know, it's going to be a part of it. Now, it's going to be very key, because this whole system they've set up, if you don't have that thing, you're locked out of it. And so that what they did the past 2 years with the demic and all of that, those were all, if you paid attention to how it ran, the key to New York, if you don't have it, you can't get access to it. The key to the city, you know, and it's all also a mental conditioning. Right, the MOTB mentality, MOTB technology, and then MOTB reality. So all of these things they do, even up to what's going on there with
Ukraine.
With Ukraine and all of that. Guess what? That is all gonna affect the monetary system as well. They're trying to bring out a new one, but we know the way they work. In order to bring something new, you got to do away with the old.
And that's exactly what's happening, because remember, this is all designed from generations. All right, they did this. This thing has been planned out for years, man, and we always go into it. You know, you have Adam Weishaupt going all the way back 1776 and all that, but really, even before that, okay. But really, now they're at the point where it's time for them to kick things into gear, okay. And the whole Ukraine situation, all right, and we kept saying that there's going to be some things that's going to come out that's going to make this whole thing, because it's been hidden. Everything that's happening over there, all we hear is what's happening in the mainstream media telling us lies. And we said that, look, just hold tight. The truth is automatically gonna come out, you know. But now what's happening is, you have Russia, all right, pretty much the BRICS nations, all right, is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, which are the countries that make up the BRICS nations. They're all coming together because I just heard that India was gonna buy oil.
Ruble.
Ruble. You know what I'm saying? That's they're dumping the U.S. dollar, petrodollar, and they're going to be shifting to ruble.
And it's in Russia is switched the ruble to gold.
To
be
gold.
backed by gold now.
So there's a gold standard now. Right? So now what's that going to do is going to be a trickle down effect for all these nations in NATO and in the EU and different parts of the world in the East. What they're going to do is, whoever is dealing with the dollar, they're going to dump the dollar back. So you're going to start seeing things like gold and silver start to climb up again, because right now it kind of went down a little bit. The last time I checked, it was, I believe, $24 an ounce. And prior to that, a couple months ago, it was 22. And then as about like I say last month or last 2 months in February, it went up to 27. You know, and then now it's been brought back down. But these devils understand what time it is, man. They're buying all the assets and everything. You know, you've been hearing about something known as XPRs and so on and so forth, which is all that digital currency bullshit. You know, so they send everything up, man. Bill Gates just came out a couple of days ago and he was talking about CRISPR. All right, and CRISPR is a technology that they're going to be using, all right, to change people's DNA.
DNA splicing or something.
DNA splicing, exactly. You know, so they got this sinister idea. They got this whole thing planned out, man. You know, and now they're about to shift into the gear of the food, the famines, because it has to play a role. You know, for the UBI to come into existence, they have to bring down the system, get everyone on a level playing field, down on their knees, and then they'll come in and say, look, we can give you the food, you just have to identify yourself. Okay? And then by identifying yourself, we're gonna send you some money in your account, and this is how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a basic. That's why they started it with back in 2020 with the stimulus checks. That was the preparation for the UBI. Because what happened was that they'll say, okay, everybody's gonna get a specific amount. All right, if you qualify, whatever, specifically, you're gonna get a specific amount. And you're gonna be getting it, was it weekly? Right. So that's how it's gonna be, and that was the preparation. And what happened is people didn't want to work no more. You know, businesses start to go down, which in turn forced the businesses to take out loans.
That's right.
The PPP loans, which was a private partnership plan, I believe. Like that. You know, the private partnership, the private public partnership, Salakia, right? So now they shifted everything from regular people being able to have their own independence to now you're depending on these public and private businesses, man. You know, so they're getting ready to shut this whole system down, and that's what we've been talking about. Jacob's trouble, and now you got IUIC admitting that yeah, we are indeed coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. We're already in it.
Because you can't deny it.
You can't deny it.
The scriptures talk about in the last days ye shall consider it perfectly.
Right. Yep. Gone.
You know, because that's just prophecy is undefeated.
Yes.
And when the MOTB comes out, you look stupid to say that it's not the MOTB.
Right, exactly.
You know, because it's literally gonna be the fulfillment of prophecy right before your eyes. Everything. See, it's one thing for us to give you a breakdown to it, and it's another thing for you to see it with your own eyes.
So experience it.
Experience it. And everything you're gonna be experiencing, you're gonna be thinking of Revelation 13. And you're gonna, for somebody to tell you, nah, it's white woman, you'd look at the person completely,
like,
you know, because you see, look now, and it will be very clear that they either sold out or they just not there all the way. Right. You know, because for you to sit there and say that while it's going on, while people are taking it, while it's fulfilling prophecy right before your eyes, you know, that'd have to be extremely deliberate.
And understand too that those who don't bow the knee, they're gonna be put to death. So that alone is also going to supplement that prophecy coming to pass. Once you start seeing people not getting put to death for, you know, sleeping with white women, but actually, you know, getting put to death for not taking the MOTB and so on and so forth, they're gonna be calling you all sorts of names. you know, you're not gonna be welcomed anywhere. Where can you go? You have no access to do nothing. You know, but you get this precept real quick.
Yeah, come.
2 and 3.
Yep. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, and that's what Yahushua talked about in Matthew, the 24th chapter, where he said, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached throughout the whole entire earth, then the end shall come. Now, when you go into the word end, if you could do that real quick, click on that word end. Right.
Matthew 24?
Oh, no, in Habakkuk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, it's a closing. Okay, it's an end of an era, if you will.
It says here, end. It says end at the end of time, end of space.
Right. So we're seeing those prophecies that we've been talking about for all these years. We talked about it so much to the point where people are like, yo, you've been saying this was gonna happen. You've been saying this was gonna happen. You said that was happening last year. You said this last year. You said that. But see, that's how the Most High works with prophecy. He doesn't give you the warning and then the same exact day the thing that you're warning about comes to pass.
Right.
He has to give you time.
Right.
How many years did you hear about the prophets prophesying for years? Look at Noah. You know, he was building an ark. Did he build an ark in one day? No. It was a time. It took time.
Well, there's no space there though.
What, between those two white cars?
Nah. We'll go around to come back.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, 'cause we might see something on the way.
Okay. You know? So did the prophets, did they prophesy for one day and then that was it? No. They prophesied for years, man. For years, saying the same exact thing for years.
Hey, even Nineveh.
Boom.
And then they said the Lord spared it, but then later on he ended up destroying it.
Right.
You know?
You know, so that's our job. You know what I'm saying? That's our job, is to what? Is to prophesy. That's why we're put on this earth.
Of course.
Yeah. That's why we're put on this earth. And the Lord is not going to destroy this place until the job is done.
Right.
And now we're entering closer to the end of the job, man. The finishing touches are being put onto the job right now. You know, it's like you about to clock out very soon. We're close to clock.
Seal the servants of our God in their foreheads.
Right. So the end is not going to come. I think you're going to charge this real quick.
Oh, it went
Yeah,
down?
20%.
All right.
You know, the end is not going to come until the servants of the Lord, which are the elect, starting from the prophets on down, okay, are sealed. You know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the times that we're in. That's why we always say we're here only for the elect. Because the quicker the elect get sealed, the quicker we get out of here. You know, the quicker they get sealed, the quicker we get out of here. And the more the elect are getting sealed, the more prophecies we see of end time prophecies actually escalating more and more and more. That's how we know, because we don't know exactly who the elect are, right? We don't know. We have an idea, but we don't know.
Right.
So guess what? We just keep on teaching until we know, oh, Lord, look, you said this is going to happen when the time comes. Oh, my goodness. And we're seeing it.
Then
so
shall
now we
they
know.
be known who are
My chosen. All right? So
Then
go
shall
ahead.
they be known. See?
Then shall they be known, right?
So back in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right. So it's not going to lie, meaning what? You're not going to be deceived. You're not going to have, oh, what if it's this or what if it's not this? What if it's that or what if it's that? No, you're not going to have no if, ands, or buts about what the prophecies mean. It's going to be apparent, very apparent. You're going to see it and you're going to be like, oh, this is definitely that prophecy. And you're going to have people in the world who don't even read the scriptures saying things that are in the scriptures.
Yep.
You know, that's how crazy it's going to be, because the Lord said he's going to what's that? Second Ezra, the 9th chapter. That is the very same time where the highest will begin
to visit the world
which he made.
Yep.
So that means that if there's a visitation of the highest, that means people are going to recognize that the highest power is on the earth. So everything people are going to be saying and doing is, yeah, this is biblical times. This is end time biblical stuff. This is biblical famines on biblical proportions. This is persecution on biblical proportions, and so on and so forth. You're going to be hearing that. You're going to be seeing that. You know, and everything they're going to be doing, everything these devils going to be doing and saying is going to be literally, damn, this is like satanic, man. We're living in Babylon. Like, you're going to be hearing people talk like that. Oh, man, I think.
Wow, that's too smooth.
Yeah, it's too smooth. You know, you're going to be hearing that a lot, man, because we're in those times. You know?
We can say for a bit.
Yeah, con.
And the word lie in the Hebrew is kazab, and it says here to be in vain, fail, to be proven to be lying.
Right. Right. So ain't nobody gonna be saying, oh, you guys are saying that this is gonna happen and it never happened. Nah. You're not gonna hear, oh, well, that's the year 2000. No. You're not gonna hear none of that. You know, because you're gonna be living in those times. You know, when Jacob's trouble commences, you're not gonna be saying, I don't think we're gonna go through Jacob's trouble. There ain't gonna be no tribulation, none of that. No, because you're gonna be affected by it. Everybody gonna be in it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now that's why the scripture says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, because now you're gonna see the difference between the elect and those who are not of the elect, because there's preferential treatment. there's love. There's this guy is getting everything that we don't get. Why is that?
Right.
How come he's not facing the same persecution as everybody else? Why is that? Because he's of the elect. She's of the elect. They are of the elect. That's why. You see, and the hand of the Lord is on them.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna be passing through a city or a town, and every time you pass through there, you're like, yo, there's something powerful over here. What's going on? Who is over here? You know, it's always like, damn, it's all dark everywhere, but every time I pass through here, this guy has light. Or what kind of special thing is going on over there? You know, he always got food. He always got the glow in his body, you know, the aura, you know, the confidence, the belief in the Lord. You know, people are living in an uncertain world, but yet this guy is always calm and relaxed. He seems like he knows everything that's going on. Like, what's up, bro? What do you know that we don't know?
Right.
You see, we know the prophecies. We know the inner doings of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, pertaining to what? Amos 3 and 7.
Yep. And he said
You
he
know?
was going to take care of us in that time. Now, see, when all hell breaks loose, right? It's not going to be a question of, oh, is there going to be a Jacob's trouble or is there not? Everybody's going to know that there's something going on. Now it's going to shift from, instead of is there going to be a Jacob's trouble or is there not, it's going to be, are you good or are you not? Because, you see, you can make that argument so long as things look the way they look now.
Right.
You know, you got people that say, you know, like, what's his name, Big Levi and so on and so forth. Like, people that say, no, ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble. Okay, cool. You can say that now because right now you can say, yeah, well, because look, people are still doing what they're doing and it's going to be like this until Yahweh Shai comes. But what do you say when the famines hit on levels you've never seen before and there's death in the street at every corner? What do you call that? You know, because if that is not Jacob's trouble, then what is that? Because that's what we've been describing and prophesying, and as we just read in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, that the vision shall not lie, meaning that the prophecies that we have said, the prophecies that are in the book, when the time comes, it's not gonna make us liars. You know, it's not gonna be like, oh, you said this and it was a false prophecy. All right, it's gonna come to pass. It's gonna be true.
Right.
And in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, it says here, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Right.
Why is that? Because the prophecy is not gonna lie.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to Habakkuk.
And it's called Jacob's trouble for a reason, because ultimately, when it starts happening, you're going to see that it's really a targeted effort against Jake the most. You're gonna be like, damn, Jake is starving out. You know, damn, they're going around shooting and killing Jake. Like, you're gonna be seeing it like, damn, all these people that's getting laid out, getting their heads chopped off, getting their limbs chopped off. The problem is gonna be really like, you're gonna see Jake really suffering the most in the times that we're coming in, because remember, going pertaining to Psalms 83, right, that these nations have come together, they've conspired to cut us off from being a nation. So now that they have the opportunity, the technology is there, the infrastructure is there, the ideas are there, the confidence that Esau has now is there. Now everybody knows he's a devil, he ain't gonna hide. So now he's like, look, for all these years I've been plotting to destroy you as a nation. Now I know that your Messiah is coming back to get you. I'm going to go in and destroy as many as I can, to the point where you're gonna need angels to come down and deliver you people. That's how bad it's really gonna get. So all this BS, like, oh, it's not gonna happen. The scripture says it's gonna happen. So what are you talking about?
Right.
You know, the fact that the scripture says it, that's it. That's the end of it. You know, now it's just a matter of time.
That's it.
I always say that time and prophecy go together. Those two things always go together, because you could say it, but when the time comes, you're gonna be dealing with it.
Right.
You know, you're gonna be dealing with it. Whatever it is that you said will be coming to pass, man. You know.
Well, back in Habakkuk chapter 2, I'm gonna read verse 3 again. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Earlier the brother Garwal, he put up about Elon Musk, how he said that basically man got to merge with machine or just become irrelevant. And that's the same MO of Klaus Schwab.
Right.
And Klaus Schwab is just like another front man of the higher up elites.
Yep. Yeah, he's an underling of Henry Kissinger.
Underling.
Yeah.
Underling of
He ain't
Kissinger.
shit.
Kissinger ain't even up there like that.
He ain't shit.
You know, so they just put out there to be the faces. When you watch a puppet show, the main character you see is the actual puppet.
Yep.
But the one who's really doing the work
Pulling
is
the
the
strings.
one pulling the strings in the back.
Yep.
So all these faces have strings. These faces are like masks, And the brain. See, what is this? This is the face, right? When you see a brother or you see somebody and you listen to what they're, damn, this brother's deep. But this is the face, the deepness and the thoughts, and that comes from what's in here. But that's the part you don't see.
Yep.
You know? So that's the same thing with these people. Their faces, but all the things they're saying and planning, you know, people get mad at Biden, but it ain't really Biden. Biden is he's just following orders.
Right,
He's just an ugly face while doing it, you know? But he's just following orders the same way Trump did. So it's actually the brain, the part you don't see is the one saying, do this, tell him this, say this. And there's this individual, he's a sodomite, but he goes in depth as I haven't looked into it enough to find out, is he for the elites, or is he one that has studied them so much that he's saying what they can do? Because the way he speaks, it sounds like he's for them.
Right.
You know,
Right.
saying he's talking about we're at the age where through all of the different societies, they've never had the power to hack human beings.
Right.
Human beings are now hackable devices.
Right. You said that. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so it's like, and he was saying how he's a sodomite, but when he found out he was a sodomite, it was like when he was 16 or something like that. But with this new, and he said it's going under the skin.
Yep.
That's what he said.
He works with Klaus Schwab. He's also an underling.
Okay, so you know who I'm talking about. And he said now we're going under the skin. We're going into the body, under the skin, and we can detect. He said if the system they're gonna put in place, if they had that back then, they can look at, you know, you may look at a man and a woman walking, and that thing can detect who you're looking at more.
Right.
And so it can tell you more about yourself than you know. What kind of bullshit is that?
Right.
And that's what he's saying. So this is the direction they're headed in. That's why the scriptures emphasize it. That's why we emphasize it. Because this isn't going to be a small light thing that just passes by. No. This is going to be a worldwide event.
It's the event.
The main event. And it's gonna sit. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that boom and it just passes. This is here to stay.
Because this is what they want, and this is what we don't want. So it's a clash. Right. You're gonna have a clash. That's why the wars are coming. You see, civil war and all that. The government's against the people. Scriptures talk about all that. You know, the tribulation, the time of trouble. This is what it's talking about. Going up against the governments and against their people. Come, bring it up.
Right. This is 2 Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Now, have you seen that any around here? No, not really. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's going on in Ukraine and all that, that's nothing compared to what's about to happen worldwide.
That's right.
All right? We're talking like a time like never before. The technology that these devils have, man, once the Lord starts giving them that power, giving them that permission to go ahead and do what they got to do, wreak havoc, like it tells you now, as a Revelation, the 6th chapter, about the red horse.
Yeah.
You know, that had power. You know, man, they're about to go in.
Expect no mercy.
There'll be no mercy, man. There'll be no mercy. And that's when we know that the elect are sealed, and then the angels are going to let go, and then the troubles is going to just fill up the whole entire earth, man. You know?
There's a little bit more.
God.
Verse 32, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass. And you notice it always says, in that day. And the days will come when. And in that time. And what time is that? There's going to be a time period, but you notice it's like everything is headed for this one time.
Right. A culmination.
That's it.
Yep.
That's why it's going to be so bad, because it's all going to hit at once.
And it's building up, because it's like a champagne bottle. When you shake it, and you pop it, and it, boom, like the video you sent me the other day of that guy who he used his mouth to open the champagne and pop right in his face. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be. You know, you shaking the bottle, looking into it, boom, right in your face, and you're like, oh shit, are you getting hurt? You know, you get hurt, but it's the pressure that's been building for all these years. And because these elites know they don't have that much time.
Yeah.
So now it's that, okay, this is the window of opportunity. We have to strike now. Right. And once they strike, people going to be like, nah, we're not letting you do this. And then that's when the clash begins.
And they're going, and you know what? That's the perfect thing for them anyway, because they need to, that's going to be more proof for them within their community as to why they had to set that Georgia Guidestones to reduce the population. They're going to say, you see this resistance here? You see how many people are resisting? This is why we got to reduce them. So even during the 2-year event that just happened, 201, that showed them how much resistance they could expect to see.
Yeah.
And when you read, there was a document, I think it was a Spars 2025 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a document that was like a simulation of the 201.
Mm-hmm.
And it said how one of the main things they needed to work on was communication,
Mm-hmm.
controlling the narrative,
Mm-hmm.
because they said that it's too much social media, this person saying this, misinformation, and that causes more resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So this has showed them already that, look, this is why we need to reduce that population, because look at how many people look at how hard we had to quote unquote press for this, and still not everybody has it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're gonna, when these people resist, they're gonna bring force. That's why they know that the best time to really implement it is in a time where they can declare martial law, is in a time of chaos.
Yep.
Because then there's no such thing. You ain't gonna be having a whole news story over somebody that got shot on a street corner. That's gonna be a normal thing.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
They need it to get so bad. They need the people themselves to get so violent that violence becomes the new normal.
The normal. Yep.
That way they can be justified using violence to stop violence, as they claim.
Yep.
So it says 2 Ezra 13:32, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
That's what it tells you in 2 Ezra the 13th chapter.
That is 2 Ezra 13th
Oh, it is?
chapter. Yep.
That's right. And what's his name? Ronald Reagan said that.
Mm-hmm.
His speech that he gave in, I believe, 89, where he said, that if
Like an outside.
right, if we
threat.
if we were to be at war and there was a common enemy, a threat that came from out of space or whatever, an alien threat that we're facing against the world, when we all put aside our differences and come together and fight against that alien threat,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end he says, but I say that what? Isn't an alien threat already amongst us? What did he mean by that? That was a subconscious message he was sending to his elites that these Israelites, the prophets, are already here. And they're the ones who are conjuring up all these things that's about to happen very soon. So let's keep an eye out on them. So a lot of operations that they started doing, tests and so on and so forth, was on Jake. Because they said, we have to keep an eye on these people. We have to watch them and make sure, because whatever it is that they're about to start saying and doing, and this was in 89. The prophets were already out on the scene in 89. You know, the prophets are already out on the scene in 89, so they already know. They're saying, they're saying the same exact things that we know are written in the scriptures, and we're actually building technology to prepare against. They got the Star Wars program. They got space strike weapons. Okay, now they have the Space Force. Okay, so that's all. Who they gonna find out of space? Who? Their main enemy, so-called Russia, is over there in the east. Go to Russia and go fight them. But you want to create a whole space force? Nah, they getting ready for the return of our Lord Yahushua. And guess what? They're gonna try to come against him, but they're gonna be devoured, man. Easy.
And evil, and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. See, it watcheth for thee. So the end, we're pretty much there, you know. And I got one more in the book of Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So we are at the time, and it's hasting greatly. You know, as we're like, yo, can this thing pop? Well, it's like, yeah, I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm running.
Yep.
You know, let me tell you something. You know, so it's here. You know, and it's getting ready to. Just imagine Jacob's trouble, you know, being like this big bear about to give the earth a bear hug.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like about to just leap and boom.
It's coming.
You know, and just engulf the earth in just chaos and fear and death. All right.
Heavy rainstorm is coming. The storm clouds gathering.
Yep.
is about to pour. And that analogy is great because the rain, the heavy downpour, is going to be that Jacob's trouble. And if you don't have a shelter, shit, forget about having an umbrella. You know, that the winds could blow the umbrella away. You're going to get wet. You're going to get soaked. The wind probably pick you up and throw you somewhere, you know. But if you're in a nice house, a shelter that's not going to be waved, you know, blown away or whatever. You're like a solid concrete building where, you know, you feel good. Like you're hearing all this thunderstorms and lightning, and you're hearing cars crashing and people screaming and dogs barking and alarms going off. And, you know, but you're secure in your house and you can hear the wind. Sometimes you be in the car, you hear,
Yep.
you hear all that and you feel real secure. That's where the scripture mean, where it says that the Lord is our strong tower, and the elect run into it and they're
Right.
safe.
Proverbs 18.
Right. So that's how we're gonna feel as being of the elect, like how Shai said in Revelation 3:10, right? That he's gonna keep an eye on us, man. He's gonna watch over us. You know, that we kept the patience of the faith. He's also gonna keep us in the hour of temptation.
That's right.
You know, so that's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for salvation. We're looking to be protected in these times and ultimately delivered when the missiles come. You know, and that's the steps that we have to take, because like we started from the beginning, we got to give diligence. You know, if you're not putting your best foot forward, then you're not going to be taking the right steps. You know, you have to put your best foot. This is the time to do it. There ain't no other time. You're not going to have 10 more years to get it right. You're not going to have 5 more years. That's why we have to leave these unbelievers alone. The game is too late. If they don't see it, they're not meant to see it. This is only for the elect. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, too bad.
That's it.
All right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So hey, with that, you know, we already know what time we in, and just keep watching, man, because it's gonna happen like that.
Yep.
It always does. It's gonna happen like that. So with that, Lord willing, you've been edified. In closing, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.